Hello and welcome to another edition of John Talks Wrestling. When was the last video? It's been about a week. Anyway, this is actually going to be a special edition of my John Talks Wrestling series. It's actually going to be basically I'm going to put like what's going to be two separate videos into one. So this is going to be about 25 minutes long. I'm hoping anyway, to try and fit it all in 25 minutes. So yeah, I've picked like basically three main stories from around the wrestling world we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to talk about them, and then after I'm going to hopefully do my Summerslam review straight after, and I'll run through that and give my thoughts on that. Pretty much is what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing we're going to talk about is actually a TNA story for a change. I used to talk a lot about WWE, so I thought we'd talk about TNA. Probably in TNA's eyes not the best thing. Brooke Hogan got sacked from TNA. All we need to do now is sack Hulk Hogan. I think this is probably one of the better moves for TNA in the last couple of years. You know, having the Hogans in TNA is probably a really, really bad decision to have made in the first place. Having Brooke there is a complete waste of money. Why would you want Hulk Hogan's daughter there? What has she got to offer the company? She doesn't even probably know anything about wrestling. I'm not sure. I don't think she does. She might know stuff business-wise, but you know, about business, not about wrestling business. I mean, even Hulk Hogan's a wrestler. He doesn't even know anything about how to run a wrestling company. You know, don't get it wrong. Hulk Hogan is a good wrestler, but you can't run a wrestling promotion. Anyway, basically, she's been released by TNA. Like I said, probably one of the best decisions they've made in a while. I don't know if there's anything like about how Hulk Hogan responded to that. But in my eyes, probably a really good decision getting rid of her, and it'll probably save the company a lot of money and stop them going down the pan. So that's one decent bit of news for TNA, and I'm all in favour of it. So yeah, that's that. Next thing I want to talk about is about Darren Young. Obviously, a lot of people heard about this. He actually came out as gay just before SummerSlam, and he's actually the first active contracted WWE wrestler to actually come out as gay who's on the active roster at the current time. A lot of other wrestlers I think have come out gay after they left WWE, and I think this is a good move. This is a good move Darren Young's done here. This is, it's not a move. It's what he is. He is gay, and that is the end of it. And and he felt it was the right time to do it. So fair play to him. That must be a very, very hard thing to do especially in the wrestling business, being as cutthroat as it is. A hard thing to come out as gay. So yeah, he's got my support to be gay. I'm supportive of the gay and is it LGBT? Yeah, I'm supportive of that. If you're gay, you're gay. But yeah, and he got a lot of support from WWE, and the personnel at WWE gave him a lot of support for it. So that was very nice of them to give him that support, and especially his Titus O'Neil, his friend. So fair play to Darren Young. Good job. Moving on to the next thing, because I'm trying to get this video done in 25 minutes, and I'm already only 5 minutes in. I've got to do my SummerSlam review. Yeah, I should have enough time. We're going to move on to the WWE 2K14 updates now. Basically, Ultimate Warrior is going to be on it. We all know that. I like the idea of that. Sounds good to me. I think you have to pre-order the game to get Ultimate Warrior, is what they're saying. So that's, you have to pre-order it ahead to you get a code to unlock him. I think I pre-ordered my copy for the PS3, so I should get him. I pre-ordered it before they even announced that, so I don't know, but hopefully I'll get it. I have to look into that. They're also offering a Phenom collection, Undertaker collection. It's basically the game for whatever console. in this picture they got, I'm just looking at now, they got Xbox, but it can also be on PS3 as well. They're offering is basically like in a tin case, I believe, and you get exclusive tin coffin box, exclusive collectible art card, personally signed by the Undertaker apparently, exclusive Undertaker American Badass playable character, exclusive Undertaker themed controller skin. That's pretty cool. WWE Undertaker Discreet Disc 1. See, is that like a 3-disc set, isn't it? You can buy it like on WWE DVD, and they're offering you like the 1 disc. They could have like offered you the whole lot. God, paying enough for the game. This is access to WWE 2K14 Global Pre-Order offer. Oh, so if you get that, you get the Ultimate Warrior still anyway, and obviously get the game. Duh. Also, they announced 2K Sports announced for WWE 2K14. They announced the 30 Years of WrestleMania, which is single-player campaign mode instead of Road to WrestleMania. I think it's going to be called the 30 Years of WrestleMania mode or something like that. And it's going to be the greatest matches from the past 29 years of WrestleMania, or the past 29 WrestleManias they've had, because they haven't made it 30 yet. To state the obvious. This mode is open, as I'm quoting this from Bleacher Report. That's what I use sometimes. It's basically saying it's open to door of inclusions it's open door for the inclusion of superstars like Big John Studd, Yokozuna, Batista, Razor Ramon, and Goldberg. Don't see how Goldberg will be. Oh, he was at WrestleMania 20. Right, and what are the matches they've chosen here then? I don't think they've really revealed much on what's been chosen for the matches. Obviously, if they're saying that Goldberg's going to be involved, they've obviously chosen the Goldberg and Brock Lesnar match from WrestleMania 20. So that should be quite interesting. But you know, basically, you're going to be playing matches from past WrestleManias, and I'm assuming trying to reenact the matches and work your way through the mode. It'd be like what they've done on WWE 13, we had like the Attitude Era and all that kind of thing. So yeah, that seems like quite an interesting mode. I'll probably try and get some more updates in on that before it comes out for one of my videos. So yeah, that's most of the things I wanted to talk about in this video around the wrestling world at the moment. And yeah, that's that. Now I want to jump quickly to my Summerslam review, because I'm trying to slap this into one video. And yeah, wow, what an event! Actually, for a change, SummerSlam the event was actually worth paying for. No offence to WWE, but some of their pay-per-views I don't even see the point of paying £15 for an event. But I do, because I want to see the show. And you ain't going to find out what's happened unless you actually buy the event. Excuse me, I need to drop the camera there. So, SummerSlam. Wow, that was one hell of a show. I said that already. Let's quickly go to it, and I'm going to run down the matches and what I thought of them. Right, so the pre-show matchup, which I personally thought shouldn't have been a pre-show matchup. I'll say this out now, I thought they were considering doing a Divas match for the pre-show of SummerSlam. But they decided to put the Divas show in the main show. Now, I personally thought that maybe they should have... The pre-show match was Rob Van Dam versus Dean Ambrose for the US title, so I thought that maybe we should have switched that round and done like the Natalya and Bray Bella match on that, because it wasn't a bad Divas match, but I don't think it was as good as the Dean Ambrose and the Rob Van Dam match. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, basically, Rob Van Dam defeated Dean Ambrose, but this was by disqualification. So, naturally, Dean Ambrose keeps the championship. Basically, what I said in my preview video for SummerSlam came to pass. The Shield interfered and caused a disqualification. I think I did say that in my preview video. They interfered, caused a disqualification. Therefore, Dean Ambrose keeps the championship. And of course, this obviously got Mark Henry and the Big Show involved as well, and like I said, disqualification, Shield rung scarce. It was a good matchup. I thought personally it probably should have been on the main card, and they should have put the Divas match on the pre-show. But there we go. So that was not a bad matchup for a pre-show. The first official matchup, they kicked off with the Ring of Fire match between Bray, Wyatt, and Kane. This matchup was essentially like an Inferno match, but it had a different name, and the object of the match wasn't actually to set them on fire, it was just to pin them. So it's pretty much like a pussy-arsed Inferno match. They could have done like set them on fire. They could have just called it an Inferno match. Anyway, it wasn't a bad matchup. Watching them try and actually watching what's their names? Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. You know, I'm sitting there looking at the screen and it actually says it in front of me, and I can't. I'm trying to. Stupid me. So trying to watch like Bray Wyatt's two buddies trying to get into the ring was quite amusing. They basically the match was very hard hitting. You know, it was gonna be, you got two big guys, Kane and Bray Wyatt, both big guys anyway, so you're gonna see the flames rise quite a lot. In the end, I believe they tried to. What was the first thing they done in the match? The fire. They tried to put the fire out, and I can't remember what they did. They did. Oh, damn it. Ah, hold on. Can't look at this. That doesn't say. They did something before with the fire on the side, and it didn't work, and then they basically got a blanket. I think it was obviously a fireproof blanket, and put it over the flames, and it put it out, and I was a bit confused. I was like, huh, you know, the blanket puts that out, but the other thing didn't. I think it might have been like sand or something. I don't remember now. But anyway, we put this fireproof blanket over, got in the ring, and basically that, I think they won the match up because obviously there's no disqualification. So basically ended up getting into the ring eventually and taking Kane out. I would have personally thought they would have done like just called it an Inferno match. It wasn't a bad matchup. It was good to the Flames. I haven't seen that for a while. So yeah, like I said in my preview video, I wasn't really bothered who won that match. Yeah, Bray Wyatt won. There we go. Wasn't really bothered. Next matchup was Cody Rhodes versus Damien Sandow. Cody Rhodes actually won. I believe, did I predict that? I think I did in my previous video. I was quite happy with that result. You know, I was kind of really. Both guys would have done it for me. I thought that maybe they should put the briefcase on the line in that matchup. You know, if whoever wins gets the ownership of the briefcase. Maybe they'll do that in later on. I thought as a SummerSlam match they should have done that, but. And, well, yeah, to be fair, Damien Sandow only won it a month ago, so that would probably be why they didn't do that. What was with Damien Sandow's briefcase? It looked like a giant chocolate bar. I think I said that on Twitter when I was watching it. Yeah, it just looked like a giant chocolate bar to me. But anyway, yeah, Cody Rhodes won. I was quite happy with that result. I thought it was a pretty decent matchup. I think they're going to really work this storyline into a big rivalry. Hopefully, cultivating? What's the word? Ultimately ending up in Cody Rhodes versus Damien Sandow for the briefcase would be quite interesting to do. That would be a good way to possibly end it, or maybe even fuel it even more to make it even worse. Yeah, it was a pretty good matchup, and I'm quite happy with that result. The next matchup was Alberto Del Rio defending against Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship. I put a prediction in here for Christian to win. I wanted Christian to win because I'm not a fan of Alberto Del Rio at all. Christian didn't win. I was rather annoyed about it. Yeah, Alberto Del Rio won by submission. Personally thought Christian should have won it. Maybe create a bit more out of it, but he didn't. There you go. Yeah, there was some weird. It didn't happen, but there was a rumour going around when that match was on that apparently Ricardo was to return and was to like screw Alberto Del Rio. That was something I read online. Never happened. But yeah, anyway, Alberto Del Rio defeated Christian by submission. Yeah, wasn't bad. Next matchup, this is the matchup that I actually thought should have gone on the pre-show. It was Natalya facing Brie Bella. Natalya won. Good. I was really happy about that. I think Natalya is a really good wrestler. I think they don't use her properly. I think they really have caused some embarrassment for the Hart family. So I'm glad that Natalya won that matchup, and I hope they continue to push Natalya as a wrestler, as a decent female wrestler, decent diva. Hey. Yeah, I was quite happy with that. I think the match finished with a sharp shooter from Natalya. I think it did. Might have to find out about that, but yeah, that was a pretty good matchup. I'm happy with that result. Brock Lesnar defeated CM Punk in a disqualification matchup. This matchup I was really looking forward to. Pretty crazy matchup. I mean, I'd say the same as I always said, like, Brock Lesnar is one of those guys I liked about 10 years ago, and now I don't like him so much. Purely because I think he's just out of control as a human being. I don't think Paul Heyman as a human being has him in control, whether it's in the ring, what do you say, like in role. I think Brock Lesnar is in general quite an angry person. I don't like that in a wrestler. I think you have to have some kind of control. Shame CM Punk didn't win, but it's part of the storyline. It's hopefully going to make for something bigger as we go on. So yeah, it was a good matchup though. It was very, very action packed, I thought anyway. Next matchup is Dolph Ziggler, who's teamed up with Caitlyn to take on Big E Langston and AJ Lee. This all match consummate is all come about from the whole Dolph Ziggler breaking up with AJ Lee, Kayfabe, or Kayfabe, I don't know how you say it. And the whole issue with Caitlyn and AJ Lee being friends and falling out and all that. It's all come together in one big thing, and now we've got Big E Langston, who obviously quite clearly fancies AJ Lee and cares about her, taking on Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn. Obviously Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn won the match up. I think Dolph Ziggler hit the zigzag to win this match up. I think it was sort of about the blue kind of thing. But Big E Langston did pick up a fight. He's a tough guy, Big E Langston, but ultimately Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn won the match. Right, now we're going to hit the main event. This is the one everyone wants to talk about. This is the big shocker that happened at the end. So, we have a match that will last about 25 minutes for the WWE Championship. Now, Daniel Bryan actually defeated John Cena in the end. I can't remember how he defeated him. It wasn't a submission. I don't believe it was. Nevertheless, Daniel Bryan defeated John Cena. Now, this was a really good matchup. I knew this was going to be a good matchup because Cena picked Daniel Bryan, and I think Daniel Bryan is definitely a worthy guy to win the championship. Now, Daniel Bryan wins the matchup. Now, all evening we haven't heard or seen from Randy Orton. So, okay. And I'm sitting there watching, I'm thinking, oh no, Randy Orton. And then Daniel Bryan wins, gets his hand raised by Triple H. So I'm like, okay. Nothing happens, no Randy Orton music hits. Then it does. And I'm like, shit. Triple H hits pedigree on Daniel Bryan. I'm at this time trying to figure this one out. I'm trying to process the information that's going into my brain. Yeah, so Triple H hits pedigree on Daniel Bryan. Randy Orton comes down, hands briefcase to Triple H, cashes in Money in the Bank, hasn't got to do nothing, because, quite clearly he's got the championship won through the Money in the Bank briefcase. And basically it just seems like that Triple H has pretty much sided with Randy Orton. The other way around, Randy Orton sided with Triple H and McMahon's, by the looks of it, from the pictures I've seen from the Raw after as well. So, that was a big shock. I was rather annoyed about that. I wanted to see Daniel Bryan have the championship. I think he deserves it. It's a shame though, but they're also going to work some kind of match up here. I mean, after that matchup was very all over the place anyway for 25 minutes, and there was a lot of big moves hit and a lot of kick outs. It was very action packed, and I think Daniel Bryan did go through the ropes a few times as well. And it was a shame at the end that he had to lose. Obviously, that it's a show and all that. It's just it's a bit of a bummer for fans, but hey, I think they're going to work some kind of match up towards the next event. So yeah, that was SummerSlam. Like I said, the end of it was shocking. Obviously Triple H turning heel along with Randy Orton and McMahon, by the looks of things. We'll see where Daniel Bryan goes from here. We'll see where John Cena goes now. Actually, John Cena's been injured, so I don't know if he's going to be back anytime soon. For a change, I'm actually going to give this show actually I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and I'll explain why. The reason why is because I didn't like the ending, and that is very, very arsehole of me to do that, but I did not like the ending to the show. I didn't like the fact that Daniel Bryan had to lose his title like that. I knew it was a possibility that it could happen, but I just didn't like the fact that it did, so I'm going to give this event 9 out of 10. It was definitely worth my money buying the event, and I really thoroughly enjoyed the show. One other thing before I finish this video off, I just remembered when I was talking about the Daniel Bryan matchup, they actually decided this year is going to be the final Hell in a Cell pay-per-view apparently. They're not going to do it again, they're just going to take it back to being a gimmick match. So what I wonder, and this is my kind of like prediction for the future, what they might do is kind of work some matchup, some rivalry between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, and work it towards Hell in a Cell, where obviously the last ever Hell in a Cell pay-per-view they're going to do Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell for the championship. That's what I think they're going to do. We'll see. Thank you for watching this edition of John Talks Wrestling, and I'll see you in the next edition. Bye now.